Months of teasing the largest merchant to ever open at the Meadowbrook Mall. The mall today announced that a new retailer, Boscov'S, will be moving in, and soon. The mall made the official public announcement today saying that the 151,000 square foot store will include the space of the former Sears and a dozen other adjacent mall stores.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Urbex. Today I'm here in beautiful sunny Bridgeport, West Virginia, here at the Meadowbrook Mall, and we have a historic event. Yes, a department store is actually holding a grand opening. This is a 3-day event. This is the Boscov'S, you can see right behind me, and I'm so excited. I've been to some Boscov'S locations, even some of the older ones that have all the awesome neon in it. I'm not expecting the awesome neon in this one, but you never know. So today is going to be the charity event, and then they have like their family day, which is tomorrow, and then the final day is their grand opening with the ribbon cutting ceremony, and from what I understand, fireworks. Yes, fireworks at a mall. So I'm inviting you to come along and join me for this 3-part little mini series. Yes, it is extremely crowded here at the Meadowbrook Mall. This area isn't very populated from what I could tell. There's like about 15,000 or so in the Clarksburg area, which is, you know, right neighboring here. But look at the mall parking lot. It is just jam-packed all the way to the end, all the way down there by the Dick's. Want to see more awesome videos just like this one? All you have to do is click the join button below this video and you'll gain access to extra weekly content and so much more. Thank you for joining and supporting the future of video. Like I said earlier, this was the charity event. You donated $5 to a local charity, which granted you early access to shop throughout the store. You also got discounts, and if I remembered right, it was a 15% store-wide discount for the charity day, on top of all the fantastic sale prices that they were already offering. So let's head inside and check out all the events going on for this charity preview day. And of course, check out the brand new Boscov'S. All right, so here we are, just inside one of the entrances to the brand new Boscov'S, and wow, this looks amazing. Oh, it just smells all brand new. It's kind of like that new car smell. But here is the official map of the store.
And 15% off the entire day.
Okay, taking a look at the jewelry. They have some great jewelry here. And of course, Boscov'S has always had good jewelry. They have, of course, down there I can see there's some Betsey Johnson. Of course, they don't have as good a selection as some of the other department stores that I've been to, but at least they do have some Betsey Johnson because it's kind of getting hard to find. And I love some good Betsey Johnson, but nothing here really stands out. I mean, maybe some of those earrings kind of stand out a little bit, but I don't know that I'd want to rock those. Some of Betsey Johnson's stuff, yes, I definitely would. Like, you know, the snakes. But they've even got, you know, I've heard of Chaps before, but I've never seen them do jewelry. Maybe I've just never seen it in a store and they've been doing it for years, but... All right, now this is something I was not expecting to see at Boscov'S. Charming Charlie. I guess this is stuff they've bought out from other stores. $2.99. What a deal. That is incredible. Man, they really do have all the good deals here. Okay, I'm trying to get this kind of by itself because wow, oh wow, is that fancy. I don't know how it's going to come out on the video, but man. And it is only $16, but this says $2.99, but then it also says $4.99, so maybe everything on this rack is $4.99 and everything on the other rack was $2.99. I'm kind of not sure. Oh man, and the jewelry just kind of keeps going. There's like a whole another like row over here.
Yes.
Oh boy, man, they have the obnoxious Christmas jewelry and I love it. Look at that. That is so obnoxious, but so great. Where do you find that kind of stuff? That's awesome. Then, of course, here's some more of your kind of smaller, traditional jewelry. Oh, I like these Christmas trees. Are kind of cool. But they should be green. They probably have some green ones somewhere. Yeah, here's some green ones. Ooh, let's see what's on the rest of this rack. Now it won't turn. Okay, fine, we'll go the other way.
But you can use the temporary one until the
Oh boy. So here we can take a look at the men's jewelry, which I'm very surprised that they have a fairly decent men's jewelry section. I mean, look at this. Whoops, that kind of went too fast. Sorry about that. This is all like stainless steel stuff. I kind of am looking at this, the West Virginia thing. That is cool looking. If you purchase $100 or more in jewelry, you get the West Virginia symbol. That's kind of cool. But look at this. I've never seen this Creed brand, and they've got like, these are really nice stainless steel chains. It's too long, of course. I need something shorter, but they're really nice looking. And of course, they've got all the stuff down here in the case. Uh-oh, we found some... Yeah, we found the sterling silver. I can't talk again like normal. Oh boy. They're all too long, and then the short ones are just too fine. I need something kind of thicker. Well, they've got, of course, rope chains. Those are usually about the thickest you're going to get in a 16-inch. They had a lot of really awesome performers throughout the store during this 3-day grand opening event, some of which were local to West Virginia. So I wanted to take a moment to share some of them with you. If you'd like to see more of their performances, then consider heading down below and clicking the join button to become a part of my YouTube membership.
For example, we have almost years that bamboo wood
Unfortunately, the vast empty space of a giant mall isn't very good for acoustics or audio recording, so imagine getting these performers into a studio and what they would sound like. Probably much better than they did on this video, but at least we were able to take a look and listen at them. It was really cool to have a grand opening event with all these performers, and I was so grateful to, have a chance to see them and sit down, talk with them, because some of them, they were very friendly, and they were just, it was just a great experience overall.
The prices here are like insanely low, like below anything I've ever seen before. Just so you know, you can't miss out.
Yeah, I know, it's barely October and they already have the Christmas stuff out. I guess most stores are just doing it now. They come out with Halloween. If they do Thanksgiving, they come out with Thanksgiving and fall, and then Christmas all at the same time now. So it's just kind of all the holidays jumbled into one, which is a little bit disappointing, but they have some really nice, elegant Christmas decorations. I really like that deer head that you would mount on the wall. And then they've got all of the like cardinal stuff over here.
And I forgot my Fitbit.
And it lights up. Of course, it's Halloween season, so we got to check out all the spooky goodness. There is some awesome decorations. Some of them fun, some of them elegant, and some of them just kind of quirky. All right, now I like this. It's like, those porcelain Christmas trees that your grandma used to have, but it's a Halloween version. Only at Boscov'S, you guys. And I'm very thankful that they are including Thanksgiving here at this store, because too many stores just skip over it completely. They might have a fall section at best, but they actually have a whole entire display here for Thanksgiving. You got the pilgrims there. There's your turkey. That is so great to see. And then, of course, they do have a bunch of fall stuff, and they have some beautiful decorations. I love some of the cracked glass, like the candle holders, some of the vases. Those are awesome.
one or this one? You choose. Pick one.
They had a bunch of really fun activities for the kids, so you could truly bring your entire family out to the Boscov'S grand opening and have an awesome time. They had all kinds of art that you could do, they had balloon animals, and a lot more. And of course, with the recent release of the new Barbie movie, you could even get inside a large Barbie box and pretend that you were Barbie herself. Or Ken, depending on which gender you were, although it's kind of weird being in a Barbie box, but you're Ken. Wouldn't it be a Ken box? I don't know. This is it. Do you remember when department stores used to have candy counters in them? I sure don't, but my parents probably do because they grew up with the Hudson's department store chain out of the Detroit area. And I grew up with it as well, but I don't really remember. Well, maybe I do barely kind of remember. They had like a candy section, not so much a candy counter. But here at Boscov'S, they are famous for their candy counter. And look at all the goodness. They have some of their own candy that you can see back there. Look at all the chocolate. It is amazing. I've had it before from some of the other Boscov'S locations. Oh, and you always just want to take a bunch of it home, but then you're like, it's summertime and it'll all melt in the car. Yuck. Oh yeah, and one more thing about the candy counter. You can't miss out on the world famous Boscov'S fudge.
Okay, I'll make sure to grab a copy. Welcome. Please check out our candy counter. Hello. Hi.
Oh, thanks.
Do you need to take some extra to the station too?
Strawberry lips burning on my skin, craving for you. I tell myself that the bubblegum wrapper is the sin. A tongue so sweet it can knock me out. What can I do? It tastes so good, every word you say is melting in my mouth. But I'm not gonna stay, that's my flavor. I'll put you away, save for later. You're my Candyland.
During the event from October 5th to November 1st of 2023, they had all of these great prizes you could enter to win. And I was just like, wow, this grand opening is going all out. Boscov'S just really goes all out because I've been to a lot of grand openings before, and this one is just on top. It's tier number 1. Now it's time to head on over to the young men's department and the men's department. Now, of course, it's still your typical department store where the styles are pretty stale and bland, at least in my opinion. But at least I can see that they're trying here with all of these graphic tees. Those were cool. They're kind of pop culture related. Anyways, nothing like you'd see on AliExpress or any of those Asian websites or even Amazon for that matter. But, at least the prices were really good. It is so energetic here inside the grand opening of this new Boscov'S store. And you can see behind me, that is the Bargain Central. I'm more familiar with the older style Boscov'S, like the neon ones. You've probably seen them on my channel before. You know, the ones that are just so retro, and they have like an old kind of like theater or meeting room that was converted into the Bargain Central. I was hoping to see that here at this store, that they would continue the tradition of that. You know, even though, I mean, this store, they'd have to, you know, add it specifically because it's a brand new store. But they just have like a big section out in the middle of the store. A little bit disappointing, but this is still a fantastic store, and I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so I'm grateful that the folks in West Virginia get to experience what a Boscov'S is, because this is their very first location. So in the Bargain Central, as the name, you know, kind of leads you to think, you get really good bargains here. And I mean, you do get really good bargains here. Like, look at this stuff. Like, party cups for 99 cents. These awesome looking, I don't even know, those are some crazy looking straws. And they're only 99 cents. I mean, is this like the new Dollar Tree? Are they competing now with the Dollar Tree? Because 99 cents is technically under $1. That is so fantastic. Of course, they have things that are above $1 here, but even still, some great prices. Oh my, look at this. It's like a whole entire weekly planner. We don't even sell these at Target. We just sell, I think, no, maybe we do sell the weekly ones, but this is like a multi-pack of it, maybe? Yeah, it is. So you can put like multiples of if you take more than one medication. That is cool. I don't think Target has that version. And you know Target, they're bougie. So in the bargain section, as you can see, you get everything from soup to nuts, a little bit of everything. You get some clothing, some bedding, you get housewares, you get cleaning supplies. There's like shampoo and conditioner and, you know, face soaps and some makeup and just all kinds of different stuff here in Bargain Central. I'm kind of liking these soaps. They look like they might be really good. Like they might have some really good fragrances. Okay, so here in the Bargain Central, they have some funny things. If you're a sports fan, that is kind of hilarious. I have to admit, I don't like sports, but I do think that's hilarious. They got pencils for West Virginia and binders for West Virginia. That is cool. All right, we are continuing our tour, and I kind of like these hoodies. They are fancy. They've got the nice embroidered West Virginia on them. And, you know, if you aren't into sports and you just want to support the state and just be like, hey, I was in West Virginia, you get you one of these, because it's not really, some of the, like, sports teams, you can't really get them and say, oh, I'm just wearing it because I like the state. But this one, you totally could. It's been about 2 hours since the store opened for the grand opening fundraiser day, and I am just shocked at how clean the store still is. Everything's still on the shelf where it should be. The people are being very respectful and keeping things put where they should be. Like, I'm used to going into retail stores that have been open for like many years and seeing the shelves all torn up, and it's just like, yikes. And especially when you get a crowd like this going through the store, usually, you know, things would get kind of chaotic and messed up, but it is just all perfect. Of course, they have very nice signage in this Boscov'S. It's a very open and airy store, very light and fresh, very minimal, unlike the neon Boscov'S that I've been to, which I suggest you check them out. They're in my Urbex playlist. All right, so here is their Lazy Boy furniture gallery section. I don't know if they call it the furniture gallery, but I'm just saying that because that's normally what Lazy Boy calls their furniture section or their furniture stores. And this is the section I'm noticing is just kind of empty. I mean, there's people here, but mostly just because, there's not a lot of people here and you can actually move around. And I would imagine not very many people are looking at furniture at the moment because probably a lot of these people don't even live here. They're just in town checking out the grand opening sale. If you attended the charity event day, they were handing out free gifts, and that's what you're looking at right now. They were handing out these giant umbrellas. Of course, I didn't need one, so I didn't take one. If it had said Boscov'S on it, I would have been all over it, and I definitely would have scored one.
You made it easy. Okay. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna hit this. Wait, not a roll. Black over. And then you're going to...
So here are my honest thoughts and opinions about this Boscov'S, but first I want to give you a little background information about this department store location, because prior to the Boscov'S, it was actually a Sears. Now, from everything I read, the Sears actually had a lease agreement that was supposed to go all the way through 2018, but they closed early back in 2016. And now in 2023, we have the Boscov'S taking over the old Sears location. And by now, I would hope you figured out that this Boscov'S is a department store. But for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Boscov'S department store, it's actually a longtime family-owned chain out of the Pennsylvania area. They're mostly in Pennsylvania. They have 2 in Ohio, and this is their very first West Virginia location. This is actually the 50th store. You see, their plan is to open 1 store a year, and they've been doing so ever since the beginning. The thought behind this is that they won't overload any of their teams that have to go out and train all the new employees at the new location. It also prevents them from having too much rapid growth like many of the other department store chains like Macy's, JCPenney, Dillard's, etc. You know, you get the picture, where they build so many stores and then they can't maintain or sustain all of them and then they have to close them. So when was the last time you heard of a department store grand opening? You'd probably have to go back to the 90s at least, if not all the way back to the 80s or earlier. Nowadays, the only time you hear about a department store is if it's negative. Macy's having to close down locations, JCPenney being bought out by the Simon Property Group, or Sears completely going out of business. So to be standing inside this Boscov'S with its grand opening was just like a fever dream. It literally kind of felt like I was back in time, like in the 1960s, at one of those old videos that you might see of like a grand opening of a store, and you're just like, am I really here? It was real weird. But at the same time, it was just so electrifying. The energy was just really high. And oh yeah, I should probably tell you my thoughts about this particular Boscov'S, because I just kind of felt a little underwhelmed. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a very nice store, but it kind of follows the modern, bland shoebox theming that you get with a lot of restaurants, malls, and just stores in general, where there's no real character to the place. I mean, it was very clean, very well organized, and well laid out. Of course, hard to tell with all the people in like there was on this day, but when it thinned out, I was like, oh yeah, the layout's very nice and it's got nice spacious aisles. But having been in the older neon retro Boscov'S, now those have character, and I wish they could have brought more of that feeling and vibe into this newer store. Because imagine if you had the choice of going to a modern, bland, shoebox-style McDonald's or driving 10 minutes down the road to a 1950s neon retro McDonald's, which one would you choose? I bet you'd go the 10 minutes extra to the retro one down the street. You get my point. I think if they could invoke some of that nostalgia and that retro vibe into this store, it would probably do a little better, although Boscov'S is one of the very few department stores that are actually doing well and have positive profits. So I encourage you, if you're ever in the great state of Pennsylvania, visit the Galleria at Johnstown Mall, which has a retro neon Boscov'S. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Definitely click the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date and see the rest of this 3-part series. It may end up being a 2-part series, but at the most it'll be a 3-part series. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out the channel membership. Click the join button below and gain access to all kinds of member-exclusive stuff, as well as behind the scenes and extra footage relating to the Boscov'S grand opening. And I'll see you in the next episode of Urbex.